What's up, y'all? We made it to the season end, season review of the Man Cave Sports Podcast, baby. Your host right here, G Money. Drop that beat. Thank you. Round of applause for us all. We just made it through another season 3, baby, of the Man Cave Sports Podcast. Tune in on 613 Faye Productions. Fellas, how y'all think this season went? How you think the season went for you? Mike T, you joined us in the, hey, we started with somebody else. He ain't here no more. We got Mike T in the building. Hey.
So look.
How it go?
I think about this when I was in the bathroom, right? And we lost one, but we gained two, which is me and Ma. But what I will say is this. We're not petty over here. I'd like to thank the dude that was here before, Willie B, for his contributions of helping kick this thing off the ground, helping us kickstart it, moving into a visual podcast as well. So thank you to his contributions. But yeah, man, I've been here this season. You know, I came on this season, kicking it my flavor with you guys. You know what it is.
Yes, sir. I think that was season 2, I want to say.
I think
right?
Season 3.
Season 3 was Soul Man.
Yeah, it was 3 because started off with the old dude, Soul Man.
Soul Man started season 3 with us.
Yeah.
Hey, Wild Card Ma, we got you in the building every week, man. It's been lovely. How season 3 go for you?
MVP.
Season 3 been dope. Obviously, I can't thank y'all fellas enough for embracing me to the 613 fam. It's been, like Jay, man, it got me excited, right? Like the possibilities that we can do over here at 613, in the collab with RW, man, down all it. I mean, it's like it's endless possibilities, man. It's like I feel like we about to be hella blessed, man.
I have a question. Technically, since I started with y'all for season 3, I can be up for Rookie of the Year too.
True.
Rook. Of the whole 613?
MVP.
The whole 613.
Okay.
MVP.
Hey, let's keep moving. Jay, how was season 3?
I know King Mel been talking his talk.
That's why I said it. That's why I said it, because he thinks it's a runaway. Like, hold up, bro.
We got MVPs over here, man. We got MVPs, man.
Said, hold up.
Season MVP, finals MVPs over here, baby.
Look at my shorts numbers. I look at his. Like,
Hey, Jay, how season 3 go for you, man?
Hey, man, I loved it, man. With the addition of Mike, Wild Card, man, kicking it with you another year. It's been fantastic, man. I loved it. Love the direction we're going into, man. It's about to be great. Mar said it. We about to be blessed. We about to take off. We're building something great over here. So, I enjoy it. I love it. Can't wait to, we got some other things in store too. So y'all just be on the lookout.
Hey, like he said, man, we loving what we're doing out here. We about 420, 418 subscribers. Before season 4, we want to hit 500 subscribers, y'all. Tell a friend,
hit it.
Tell another friend, hit the subscribe. It don't cost you nothing. You don't even have to listen to the whole episode. I ain't mad at you, but it will be entertaining. I promise you that. So make sure you subscribe to us. Hit a like, hit a comment, make a comment. We respond to comments. We even got an email for our joint out here. It's 613Faye, FAYE @gmail. Hey, that's how you get in the Fantasy Football League, Listeners League. We got a sweet bet out there. Make sure you apply for it. Send us a message, video, why you should be in the league. All right. Now, this is a season recap. We're just going to go over big things that happened throughout the year, throughout our past season of sports podcasting out here. And one big thing that happened, and it happened throughout the whole season almost, felt like we had Lamar Jackson controversy. Everybody thought he might be not coming back to the Ravens. The Ravens didn't want nothing to do with him. He ends up signing back with the Ravens. Was it a good look for Lamar to stay with the Ravens, or could he have done better going somewhere else? What's your take, Wild Card?
Hey man, I'm just glad they finally paid him. It was the right thing to do. What are we talking about? Ain't no other quarterback had no issue getting money at the quarterback position. He did the man his money. I don't know how they procrastinated it so long, but it's a good look for Lamar money wise. What was your other option for Baltimore? I have no idea what that would have been. You give him some weapons, Jae Jones. You give him OBJ. So you still trying. You know, I know y'all didn't draft it. You know, Bateman too. He's been injured, but y'all been trying. And you got Andrew. So hey, you got some weapons down there. So it's overall you make sure you get your money and you get your quarterback. You gotta have a quarterback if you want to win.
Gotta pay the man. Gotta pay the man. Jay, Baltimore make a run because of it?
They can make a run. They definitely can make a run. Like Mar said, I'm just happy Lamar got his bag, man. Like I was saying all season, man, what was your plan B? I actually think that he was gonna go to Miami. It was looking kind of close, but it didn't happen. But I'm glad that he got his bread, man. And hopefully, I think he's gonna ball out like he's been doing. Hey, you might see an MVP type season from him this year because he's got some weapons over there. So shout out Lamar Jackson. Just make sure you don't show off on October 15th. Other than that, do your thing, Playboy.
Hey, they say Mike T, because I know he has some ideas of where he should have went. So Mike T, what's your thing of taking of Lamar Jackson's fiasco?
This is kind of when I kind of got my feet wet with the show with Lamar. I always said from jump they should pay him, and they paid him. So all is well. Would I have liked to see him go somewhere else? Maybe. I think I said the 49ers would have been a great place for him to go. I would have liked the Commanders as well, because but also, I mean, anywhere that would have got lucky to have Lamar Jackson would have been happy. But it's dope that he got paid, and I'm glad he got paid. He deserved it. He earned it, and yeah, I agree with Jay. I think that we could see an MVP caliber season from him. He does have weapons now, and let's see where they go. He has to win a ring soon, though.
That might be a tough task. Might be a tough task for that ring, because he is with wild cards, man. Patrick Mahomes in the same AFC division.
Now the AFC in general is a quarterback gauntlet, bro.
Yeah,
yeah.
The question will be: is the contract worth it if you don't win?
I mean, that's going to be down the line for every quarterback getting paid stupid buku money out here. I feel like
for him it's different. He got our MVP already. He's held to a different echelon of quarterback right now.
Yeah, that MVP puts him in that other echelon, and so he has to continue to live up to that level. I mean, that's the expectation that's been set. So yeah, Mike's point, you have to be on an MVP level every year, because look at that AFC: Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. Don't sleep on Deshaun Watson. I mean, who else? I mean, you
shit, his own division is tough.
Justin Herbert.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you talking about quarterbacks on quarterbacks on quarterbacks. You ain't got one, you don't win. So you need him, because that keeps you in that gauntlet with all of them. So if you don't, I mean, just look at the power index of the quarterbacks. It's lopsided. It's heavy on the AFC compared to the NFC. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is in the AFC.
Malik Willis. Come on.
Hey, talk your ish. Talk your shit, man. I don't care.
Don't worry. He coming through. Don't worry. Don't worry.
He might be on another team before next season.
I'm just saying,
confidence.
When you start talking Hall,
that's smoke.
You start talking Hall of Fame for Lamar, and if he doesn't get a ring,
yeah,
He's still got a long ways to go for that. I feel like too.
Me too.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. I'm just saying, to justify the sit out, to justify him saying he was going to sit out, or justify him not wanting to take the deal that they initially gave him, he has to win a ring within this period of the contract.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors behind that, where he was representing himself. They were saying he gave him an offer. He was saying, "No, that's not the offer I actually got." And so that it was a lot of he say she say stuff, but ended up working out for both parties.
And he's 26. So I mean,
Still young.
That's a good advantage to a quarterback that young and seasoned and played some, playoff football. Hasn't won much in the playoffs, but been there.
That's the
MVP.
And
So
point I'm making.
Yeah, I got you.
John Watson, his ceiling is he got to get the Browns to the playoffs and win and win at least 1 or 2 games.
Yes.
Within that contract that he got.
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes, we know what we get with him. Lamar is getting, that's right, G. Lamar is getting paid the same way as them. What is the expectations?
Hey,
Watson need to win them motherfuckers the Super Bowl the way his ass got paid. 300 guaranteed.
A lot of money being thrown around the NFL, especially for quarterbacks. Let's say that for sure. Another hot topic out here that happened throughout our early on in our season 3 was the World Baseball Classic. World Baseball Classic. Y'all remember that? What are some moments that stood out for you in the World Baseball Classic? If you don't know, Japan ended up winning. It was the 3rd time I want to say they won this, as they were the only team to have it back-to-back, not back-to-back, but they've won it 3 times compared to everybody else in the world. So they're pretty dominant. Shohei Ohtani faced Mike Trout, pitcher duel, batter duel. What moment stood out for you for the World Baseball Classic that made it so interesting for the world to tune in? Jae Jones.
You just said it, man. Ohtani striking out Mike Trout, man. That was the biggest moment right there. It was the championship game. U.S. had an opportunity to tie, to take the lead. And of course, 2 teammates, right? And it didn't take Ohtani much to do it. Got him out of there. I know recently Mike Trout spoke about it on a podcast. I haven't got a chance to hear his what he was thinking and feeling when he went up against Ohtani. But that and your man Randy Rosarena, man, posting out there and everything like that, man. Those are 2 of the the most memorable moments for me from the World Baseball Classic.
Wild card Mar.
Man, it's you see that, man, those players were taking it so serious. Like, you saw that they was playing like, hey man, we out here representing our country. Like, we got to go dominate. And like, you saw some good baseball getting played, some exciting games. And I can't remember the group it was, but it was like Venezuela, Mexico, and somebody else. It was almost like
Puerto Rico, I think.
Yeah, and there was good teams that got put out, or it had to been a DR, might have been DR.
DR, yeah.
Yeah.
Dominican Republic.
And they're good, teams of certain countries that got put out and didn't even make it to the knockout round. So you saw it was exciting, man. It had because of the format, it's like a World Cup type tournament style of play. So that kind of built the excitement. So it was dope, man. I loved it.
Mike T, what stood out for you for that World Baseball Classic?
Just want to marry what Mar said, man. Just the competitiveness. It was very competitive. Me personally, I don't really watch baseball as much, but I found myself, not just because I was on the show, actually watching. Like because I remember Dominican Republic lost. I forgot who they lost to, that bumped them out, and I don't think anybody had them losing to them.
Yeah,
Venezuela jumped out in their group at 4. They won all their games in their group.
Okay, so I don't remember exactly who knocked the Dominican Republic out, but I remember it being a big deal. And I remember how big of a deal it was seeing them get knocked out. Only thing I'll say to more so is I think they need to build off of this and put it on bigger networks, like ABC. Put this on an ABC, I don't know who they have a deal with. I think wasn't this on like Major League Baseball Network?
So I know the championship was on Fox.
It's like Fox Sports 1, FS1 or
Yes,
something.
That's
like
what I thought. I
that.
thought it was on like FS1. So
Yeah.
move it to a Fox or move it to a traditional household channel.
Yeah, that you don't have to have cable or
Right.
streaming service for.
So
Yeah.
everybody.
Puerto Rico knocked out Dominican Republic.
Right.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, just move it, make it bigger, keep it moving. It's the blueprint for how these things should be happening for basketball. Basketball should follow its lead. Well, of course, football doesn't have it, but basketball should follow its lead, and yeah, it's pretty dope.
Hey, I agree with everything y'all said, man. It was awesome watching it. The showmanship of all the players, how much they cared about it. Every time you interviewed a guy, they said how much it meant for them to be playing for their country, and it showed on the field and the effort they're putting in there. MLB was not as happy. A couple people, Edwin Diaz, Mets closer. He's out for the season because he got an injury during it, but everybody it was worth it for everybody else involved. I know best game for me was it was that Mexico and Japan game, semifinals, where that's where we had the Arozarena. It wasn't his only catch because he had a couple of them, but that's the one of just like, yeah, it's our game. And then next inning, Japan just come out and bangs it out again. It was just a knockout punch after knockout punch type of thing. So entertaining. And we said baseball, MLB should be taking notes. Like let the players have fun. Let us enjoy the game more. Make it more entertaining for everybody. You know.
True. They've been doing that too. There's been a lot of showing off this year so far in the MLB.
Showmanship. Nah. I call it showmanship, man. You know,
Arozarena keeps it out there. Speaking of some showmanship, next thing, NCAA championships, basketball championships. I'm actually going to start with the women's NCAA basketball championship because that was more showmanship, more entertaining for most of America, we'll say, actually. And it got hot. It was awesome to watch. We had LSU Angel Reese and her teammates defeating Caitlin Clark in the Iowa in the finals. What do you think? They're both coming back next year. What are the chances they meet again in the finals? What do you think, Mike T? Tell us about the women's NCAA.
Well, I wonder who's getting invited to the White House next year. That was a memorable moment in this whole thing.
Was it?
It ended up being only LSU, really.
Yeah, they had no choice. And nobody voted. If they would have went, man, you could have just, here you go, President, whoever. But anywho, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It was dope. It was dope how women's sports continues to grow. And now they're growing through the women's. Finally, they're actually getting the notoriety they should be getting. A lot of these programs in the women's sport, the women's basketball, are just dominant, have been good, and it's different to see LSU winning. We're used to the UConns, to Tennessees, South Carolinas. We're used to those dominant teams, but it's different to see LSU. I love their swag. It can be a bit much at times, but I love their swag. I love that they're getting that money. And NIL, they're getting that money. Caitlin.
Oh, she getting hers too.
Oh yeah.
I said this on one of the previous shows. If I'm the WNBA, I'm licking my chops already. Angel Reese and Caitlin, it's the first game, whatever team they get drafted to. It's the first game of the season on ABC. Point blank period. They have something to build off of.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so I like what it did. I think this is going to keep growing the game, and hopefully it keeps growing the game. I think they beat the WNBA in some viewership, and a lot of their games.
They beat a lot of viewerships going down. They definitely beat a lot of. I know Jae Jones claimed that it beat something crazy viewership. I can't remember what it was. Was it the national championship?
That was before.
That was the Shrine. It was the HBCU Jackson State. Jay. Sorry, Jay. I had to call you out there. Mike put it on the script for me.
I did not. Hold up.
Nah, but hey, Jae Jones,
It's
talk
all
about this
good, man.
women's
Play as
NCAA
fuck up.
championship.
Nah, man, that joint was dope, man. Seeing Angel Reese, she was a former player at Maryland, transferred to LSU. So to see her win it was dope. Seeing her, Caitlin Clark, go at it, obviously was, it was like iconic, man. It was something, it was real good. Like Mike said, WNBA's got to build off this, when they finish, and they get drafted to the WNBA. It's gonna be even better this year because you are gonna have UConn. Hopefully they get Paige Buckers back, and she can add to that to the rivalry because she's gonna come back with ready to do her thing. So it was great to watch. It's great to see women getting the respect that they deserve, man, and people watching them, and they got the, even though they may try to make it something out of, make a big deal out of what Angel Reese did. It was good to see that they both kind of, Caitlin Clark cleared it up, and they're gonna get back at it next year. They should open the season up. That would have been a dope idea. I do believe that they do play each other somewhere during the season. I'm not sure when, but I'm ready, man. LSU loaded back up. They got what's her name?
You got to transfer, yeah.
Haley Van Lathe from Louisville. So they're gonna be they got a good chance of running it right back next year. But Caitlin Clark, she gonna have something to say about that as well. So I can't wait, man. I'm trying to see Caitlin when she come to Maryland.
She broke a lot. She broke a lot of men's and women's records for that NCAA tournament. It was something special out there. Wild card. You think they meet again? Who wins it? What happens?
Hey, there's a good possibility. Like Jay said. But I will say this: it's going to put some pressure on both of them to get back to that point, especially now that you see that LSU really loaded up on some talent for that squad, and but we also got to see what kind of squad is Caitlin going to be working with too. So that does add pressure to both individuals or teams as a whole to get back to the national championship. So you got some expectations to live up to. Obviously, it brought in great viewership. It shed a great sports light on to women doing their thing, showing their talent. And I love the fact that you saw a lot of trash talk too. Because for me, I love it when a woman talks shit because she's being an athlete. She's being a person with emotion while she's playing a sport she loves. We do the same thing as men. Why can't they do? Come on, right? Like we can't separate or move the goalposts on, oh, it's not ladylike for her to show emotions. And like, come on, cut the shit. She playing sports. It's a competitive moment. That's what you do. You talk shit. And it wasn't just Angel Reese. It wasn't just Caitlin Clark. It was damn near like if you saw the tournament, damn near all the chicks was what? They was talking their shit. It's a competitive moment. You lose, you go home. Like, come on. Like, leave them alone. Let them do their thing. Chill out.
Yep.
Church.
Hey, they set 10 new records in the NCAA just in that championship game. So it was something special for everybody to be watching. It got out of hand. LSU took it away, but not as much as UConn took it out of hand throughout the whole tournament in the men's side, where they came out of nowhere. I know my Final Four bracket was busted wide open out that joint for the men's joint. We had UConn just plowing through the whole tournament, defeat San Diego State by a wide margin as well. Was there anything special about the men's tournament that stood out for you? And which one did you prefer, men's or women's tournament? Let's start wild card this time.
Hey, I don't like to speak for everybody, but I'm pretty sure we can say like, the women's got this one, right? Like, am I right?
Okay. I ain't mad at that. I was watching Caitlin Clark all tournament.
Hey, I'm just saying. You
was cooking.
Yeah, they look. You saw the viewership, but and you saw just the popularity. They were trending, and that's just it is what it is. Sometimes, man, you step your game up. Then
Jae Jones.
Nah, like Mar said, man, the women's bracket was definitely was definitely more entertaining. And it's crazy because with the women's bracket, normally like the good teams, they run through the tournament, right? But this year was a lot more upsets. There was a lot of course, there's upsets on the men's side. But the women's side, it was a lot more upsets, man. I think you were the only one to call it, G. I think with South Carolina going down. So it was fun, man, and we got to learn about some different players. We knew about Caitlin Clark because we talked about her the season before, so we knew what she brought to the table. But it was some other young ladies that I learned about as well, and it was a great tournament. Definitely a little bit more entertaining than the men's for me, and I definitely make sure I'll be watching again next year.
Sir, Mike T, what you think?
So when you asked this question originally, I thought to myself I was going to say women, but then again,
it's all about the you, baby.
he was in both, so
You made a run.
Yeah, we made a run. But no, on the serious note, the women's one was really good, and I'll keep it brief. The thing with the men's one that really hurts the men's one is the one and done. If you compare it to the women, a lot of these teams, they get to develop to be teams. So UConn, for example, we talked about UConn earlier, how they're a factory at UConn, but they regroup classes. It's not like somebody come in 1 year and it's just this one person, just the beast, and they there for 1 year and then they gone and they just get a new person. It's every class they come in with different people. With the men's game, unfortunately, it's the one and done that hurt more so. And UConn, if I'm not mistaken, UConn is one of the teams that did have like veteran, like a team pretty much that's been there, kind of the older team. Unfortunately, most of their people ain't gonna do nothing in the league.
Compared to one of the star players didn't even get drafted. He was saying he was one of the best college players in the league.
My friend, he actually was a Milwaukee Bucks fan. He wanted him to draft him. That's how I know he didn't get drafted. I forgot his name, but to your point, G, it's like the men's game is. I'm not saying I'm against one and dones. I'm saying I'm against the way the system is running it now, and it's hurting the game because these kids come to the men's game knowing they're not going to stay.
Yeah. So and for that though, like we talked about on this podcast, with like Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, they're staying for their senior year because they get paid more money being a college player rather than going to the WNBA, where the men's side, all I need is 1 year and I go get this money, right?
Right.
It's a different strategy for them and different lifestyle, really, and the way things get paid. Jay, hop in.
Yeah, I just want to ask everybody, question for everybody. So do you think that, I don't want to say make it mandatory, but do you think now that athletes are getting paid NIL money, that they should kind of make a requirement that college basketball players, men's side, got to at least stay 2 years before going to the NBA?
No.
I don't think it's gonna happen. Like, they were already fighting to just like get rid of that joint for the NBA too. Right. That's my take though.
No, I don't think they should have to require to stay 2 years. I think they should take the rule out. I think they should just let them, if they want to try to go to the draft, then you go ahead and be dumb and go try for the draft. If you know you ain't gonna get drafted, then you go try to be in the draft, then that's on you.
Take that risk.
Yeah, if you want to take that risk, go ahead. But
and some people skipping college now, they go to the G League or whatever, right?
Or overseas.
Yeah. Overseas too. They got some options where they don't have to do that as much too.
You're messing up the game, the college game, doing that by requiring them to go to school for 1 year. They're not building camaraderie. So by the time the tournament comes, they don't even know each other.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of these one and dones that we know are one and dones, interview them and see how much they know their teammates.
Yeah. Speaking about one and done, we were on this podcast a couple times and we were talking about MVP of the league, and Embiid won the MVP. But in the playoffs, I think we all realized that maybe that was not the right choice for the NBA and everybody voting, as we saw Joker do his thing. So was it one and done for Embiid? And will Joker run away with this MVP next year? Or whatever take y'all want to take on this thing. Mike T, what you think?
So to answer your question, will it be one and done for Joel Embiid? I don't know, man. The voters don't seem to like want to just do the right thing and give it to Joker. I will say Embiid had a good. We all kind of reluctantly picked Joel Embiid.
We did, definitely.
Yeah, we all reluctantly kind of picked him. We all did pick him. I will say, will he win again? I mean, it's Joker's league, man. No matter what nobody want to admit, it's Joker's league right now. So whatever Joker want to do, if Joker want to go out there and say, you know what, I'm going to be the MVP, it's going to be his MVP to lose for real. Yes, yeah, man. I mean, it depends on what the Sixers do. It depends on what the Sixers do, man. If the Sixers get rid of James Harden,
which is very likely.
Right, which is very likely, then Joel Embiid still got a shot.
Jae Jones, what you think?
I mean, Mike said it, Embiid had we voted for Embiid, and he did have a good season. It's just Joker had a better postseason. You know what I'm saying? He just showed him up. I actually think that Embiid will probably be out of Philadelphia within the next year or two. I don't really see him staying there, especially if they keep losing. Even though they've been surrounding him with players, you know what I'm saying? They had Jimmy Butler. He had, I know we joke a lot about Ben Simmons, but Ben Simmons was decent before, the situation where he didn't go up for the dunk in Atlanta. He was an all-star. He was putting up decent numbers, so I don't know what else he could, I don't know who else they could get for Joel Embiid for him to be successful and get out of the second round. He might have to go somewhere else if he really wants to win. So this year coming into the season, it should be interesting to see. He's got a lot of pressure on him because he did win that MVP, and people are going to be looking at him with the
microscope.
There we go. So he's got it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do. Philly is in a tough situation right now. Tobias Harris, James Harden, we don't know what's going to happen with them. So, Joker's not going to do anything different. He hasn't done anything different, you know what I'm saying, the last 2 to 3 years. He's going to do what he does. So, like Mike said, I think it's his MVP. If he wants it, he'll get it.
Hey, we finishing each other's sentences out here, man. We combining out here, season 3, baby.
Bros, man.
Let's go. Wild card. What you think about that MVP race and Embiid?
I know if Embiid do what he did in the playoffs this year, like he been doing, losing and blaming, pointing the finger. Come on, man. How many coaches this guy's gonna go through? And it's like, look, I'm just.
He better not ask for no damn trade. I tell you that.
He better not ask for no damn trade. No,
I tell you that much.
I'm just like, come on, man. Like, what's happening? Like, what's up? It's like at some point you gotta get past the second round. Like, you can't get out of the second. It's like when he sees the second round, he's like, I already packed my bags.
They got the same team, man. Like they got the same team they had last year, bro. Like
he already got his bags packed to go on vacation, bro. When he sees the second round, he's like, hey man, let's push this first series to 7 games, man. Let's enjoy this because you know what's next, right? You know what's next.
And they had the lead too.
It's the second round. Hey, let's make it interesting, but you know what it is, right? It's second round. Like, let's pack our bags.
Speaking about packing bags, we had a big time coach. Coach Prime took over at Colorado, and a lot of Colorado players. He told them, pack your bags because I'm coming here and I'm bringing players. And the people that were there were not players. Let's keep it real. The people that were playing for Colorado, they were not players, and they were not winning players. We'll leave it at that. But Coach Prime effect was in effect big time this year, and he's got a lot of controversy swirling around him, a lot of expectations over at Colorado. What do you see happening for Colorado? Is it positive? Do they make a winning record this year? Even wild card.
Hey, it's possible that they could probably get. I'm thinking like for me, their ceiling is probably like 8 wins. Their floor is probably like 4. I mean, when you're 1-11, I get the prime effect that comes with the situation, but we don't know. It's TBD to be determined. But I will say this: I know the game's already sold out. The viewership on that game is going to be bananas. I'm watching it. I ain't even gonna cap with you. I'm watching it.
Sure.
It's because of what Dion is. We trying to see what he gonna do on this level. Now he on this level, got the facilities, got the money, got the finances. He's in a situation where money ain't a thing. Money ain't an issue. So it's like, what's up?
Mike T, speak on your boy Prime.
So I'm gonna do something a little different. I rock with Coach Prime. I'm gonna be watching, but I ain't gonna be fake. Jackson State look like they're gonna be good this year. They got some 4-star recruits there that came in this year. PC took over, and he was on the previous regime. He doesn't seem to have changed much. They should have a good season. I don't know if they're gonna win the SWAC again as easily as they did last year, but they should be a contender. But you know, with Coach Prime, it is what it is, man. I mean, I think the coaching, what's the word I'm looking for? The coaching hot seat starts now. I don't think people count what he did at Jackson State. So what he does now from this point on, he's gonna be judged. Damn near if he don't go win the national championship, people gonna be calling for his head. So to Mars' point, 8 wins. I think they need 6 or 7 to be bowl eligible. I definitely see them being bowl eligible. He just signed back with Nike, which is dope. And yeah, man, sky's the limit. I mean, from what I see, because I follow Prime, they look like they're going. He got some. The Louis has arrived. I would say that it's Louis, Gucci, whatever you think. It's impressive. I put it this way: Colorado ain't seen that since Michael Westbrook and them.
Yeah.
Right.
What he brought there, and I ain't even just talking about Travis. You know how I feel about Travis. I ain't even talking about Travis. He got like 16 Travises.
Right.
Man.
Jae Jones, hop in.
I'm with Mike and Mar, man. I think they're gonna be bowl eligible. Of course, they're gonna be fun to watch. There's gonna be a lot of pressure on Prime, but this Prime loves pressure. You know what I'm saying? This is what he's built for. He likes this spotlight on him. I like Mike said, I'm gonna be trying to watch Jackson State. Are they still gonna be on ESPN too? Are they still gonna be?
Yeah. They still got a contract that, and this is where I think people need to stop throwing slander on D. Like, he got a contract signed where Jackson State still gets the same coverage for the next few years.
And Under Armour contract.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bet. Yeah. So I'm gonna definitely keep my eyes on both teams as well as more HBCU football as well. But yeah, man, seeing what Colorado was putting together and what Coach Prime is doing for that team, it is definitely exciting. We saw the spring game is sold out, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be fun to watch. They play TCU first game. I think it's on Fox televised. So yeah, man. It still go blue, but yeah.
And that's a huge game too, because TCU just was in the national championship. So
we don't need to remember that though.
I'm just saying.
To Mark's point, if they lose this joint, they're not going to the national championship, no matter if they go the rest of the season undefeated.
Yeah.
This is big for them.
Yeah, this is huge.
Right out the gate, bro.
Something else that was huge. Let's go back to women's sports, NCAA. We talked about softball. Oklahoma Sooners women's softball. 3-peat. Like Lil Weezy say, 3-peat. Probably the most dominant softball team dynasty that's ever been part of this history of the sport almost. Like, how big can he four-peat even? What y'all's take? Anything that stood out for this? We talked about it recently. Wild card.
I mean, you said it. The word.
Hey, you had some wild stats on this, right?
I did, yeah. I mean, you said it. The word dominant. I mean, they've been winning championships on championships, stacking them up in the last 23 years. They stacking them up. Like, come on, dominance. I'm telling you, when you look at dynasties, that's another word I would apply to them. That's what Patty Gasso got going on down there. Dynasty. Put her up there with the Belichicks. Yeah, I said it. Put her up there because you look at the time frame of what's going on, and she's been doing it a lot lately. Like, this is a three-peat. Come on, how many dynasties? Even Mike T threw a wild stat at. How many dynasties have you seen with a three-peat? Ain't seen a lot of that. Come on now. Put some respect on Patty Gasso in the latest Sooners. Come on now.
Jae Jones.
The fact that we talking about them having a four-peat is just fucking crazy, man.
Bro.
If I will say this, if this was men's, a men's team going for 3 straight, man, or 4 straight, you'll hear a lot more about it. But what they did was, was just spectacular, man. Like Mara said, dominant dynasty. Do I see them going for a 4-peat? I don't see nobody stopping them. So the only team that's going to stop them is themselves. So if they don't win it, it's because they made errors to not get it done. So that was a major thing. They definitely got my attention. So I'll be watching more women's softball this coming year, and seeing if they can get 4 in a row, man. So shout out to the Oklahoma Sooners women's softball team. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them.
Mike T, what you think?
It's a gift and a curse with them at this point. I think majority of us probably want to see them win it. But if we can find somebody to fall in love with between that time, we kind of want to see them lose.
Yeah.
So, but I think it was a dope story for us to cover. I think it was a dope story for it to happen for them, that they get the 3. And to Jay's point, I mean, if it was a men's team, then it would get more coverage, which sucks. But that's why you got us here, because we cover everything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, one thing that's gonna probably halt them a little bit. They're one of the number 1 pitchers. She did transfer to just a home school around the way, home university that's closer to home. I can't think of her name, but
I can't. Yeah, I forgot her name, but she went to Nebraska. But that it is a good point, G. But this is where I think where Patty Gasso is taking advantage of, and this is a bigger theme about with the NCAA in general. And I know some of the old school coaches with their mindset, they don't like the transfer portal. Exactly. They don't like what Deion is doing. But I'm telling you, if this pays off for Deion in particular,
right?
Shaping your team through the transfer portal, they really gonna hate it. They're really gonna hate it.
A lot more bags being packed.
Because I want everybody to think about this. Look at the coaches who are whining about the transfer portal and NIL. Look at them. It's the ones that at first took advantage of it and were winning, and now that everybody else is doing the same thing, they're not winning so much because their talent is not going in them automatically anymore.
Nick Saban.
So you can see the hate, but you see who's quiet about NIL, transfer portal? Deion's quiet about it was because he's doing the same thing that they've been doing. We can't keep moving the goalposts on this coaching situation, especially in the NCAA. There's already a huge disparity in the race situation of when it comes to coaches, because you're talking about 200, 300 plus schools, and that's just on the D1 level. We ain't even talking about D2, D3 going off in them other levels. And come on, man. They gonna really hate Deion if he's successful, bro. They gonna hate it.
Speak about somebody hating somebody, I don't enjoy Novak Djokovic very much. So winning Grand Slam titles, I'll just put that out there. He won the French. He now holds the record for the most Grand Slam titles by a man. He had over Nadal, over Roger Federer. He's still alive in Wimbledon right now. Can he win a 24th here? You think possibly in Wimbledon? Anybody want to speak on it?
Hey, all I ask is why you hate the Joker so much, bro?
Hey, hey, I like Federer like you, Wildcard. You know,
Okay.
I was a Federer guy. I respect him. I like what Federer
Yeah.
put on the court.
Okay.
I like his attitude on the court, off the court. And Joker just
He's the bad guy.
yeah, he's the bad guy. He gets injured and he makes shit up sometimes. I feel like, yeah, sucker-ish.
Okay, all right.
I just wanted to ask that because I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
G, like, damn, G.
I'm gonna let G
Just
get his
something
moment.
about him. Something
Yeah.
about him that irks me,
Keep going. I'm gonna let you keep going, bro. Get that off your chest.
I was about to say, yeah, G,
Hey.
yeah, that boy need to get some shit off his chest.
I brought up Suckerish because there was somebody that was on Suckerish and some rants this season as well. And I was looking for the little hey, put that away, man. Put that away. But yo, will Ja Morant finish next season as a Grizzly? And could he be suspended again sometime next season? What's y'all's take on this? What's y'all's take? Let's go with the rant. Let's go with Mr. Rant, Hollywood Mike T.
I hope this is the last topic.
It can be.
I don't want to do that to the kid that say that he'll get suspended again. I don't want to do that to the kid. I hope not. As far as him getting traded, hell no. He makes too much money for the Grizzlies. And for the NBA, they want balance. I will say Adam Silver wants balance in the NBA. He doesn't just want the big market teams to just win. So I don't see them moving him unless he does something ridiculously stupid. In that case, he probably won't. If depending on what it is he does, he might not even be in the league. So if it's that bad that they want to get rid of him, so if it's another thing that he does, hopefully he doesn't. Yeah, John. I mean, I done told you 17 different times on Hollywood Rant. You gotta relax. Like, just relax, bro. Like, you did after you got suspended, you knew you got suspended. You was like, yeah, man, ain't even a gun.
It's a kid.
I got one of them upstairs the kids was playing with earlier.
Oh my gosh.
You realize, John Morant, you gotta relax. Now his friend getting locked up. It seemed like he trying to clean his image up. I'm not gonna say he snitched, but I'm sure on like one of these episodes before this one, I said he snitched. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, whatever, man. I'm tired of talking about Ja.
Hey, well, let's slide it over to Sucker-ish, Mr. J.
Yeah.
What you think?
I'm like Mike. I hope Ja learned his lesson. I really like Ja Morant, man, as a person. From what I saw before all the Sucker-ish that went down. Pretty good person. Like I said, I got an opportunity to meet him. I think his rookie year. So nothing crazy, just so he seems like a good guy, good kid, good young man. So I'm hoping that this is his last lesson learned. And the only time that I'm talking about Ja Morant is basketball related, or if it's something that he's doing in the community, or if it's his kicks, you know what I'm saying, how comfortable they are, playing basketball in them. So hopefully this is the last that we'll hear about this and we can move forward, man. So, and I don't think he's going to be traded. You know what I'm saying? They love him in Memphis. Notice a lot of all the shit that he did do wasn't in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe it was. So,
Wow, Carl, you want to jump in here? Or you want to go to the next topic?
He ain't silly. Yeah, he wasn't doing that in Memphis. He ain't silly, Jay.
I don't think it was.
Hey, bro. I'm trying to figure out where would he stash the blicky at and the penny loafers? Come on, man. What are you doing? anyway, John, just smarten up, tighten up, don't mess up your bag. Yeah, I don't. He's not going nowhere. They already know what his popularity brings, which is the reason why he gets the suspension, because Adam Silver realizes the kind of hold over a generation that he has, and there's a lot of kids that watch and emulate. It's almost like an Allen Iverson effect, almost similar to it, ish. So,
Nah,
yeah,
I ain't letting you do that. Don't do that.
come on.
That's Mike's man.
It got some AI sprinkles on it. Come on.
Disrespect Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson actually went to jail before he got in the NBA.
I know
Bowling alley.
I know about
Before
that
he-
situation, but I'm saying I'm not talking about that situation. I'm talking about the effect on pop culture.
No, y'all don't affect nobody. Pop culture got the effect on him. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem right there. That's the problem right there that nobody wants to tell the truth and say. Pop culture got an effect on his ass. Don't you
That's
ever
true.
disrespect Allen Iverson like that again. Don't you do it.
He about to go switch jerseys right now. Put the AI on.
Nah, you lucky I ain't got one here. I got the shoe.
Oh, but yo,
I got one upstairs.
we got one last topic. One last topic before we leave. I said one because he was the numero uno pick in the NBA draft. Victor Wembanyama.
Oh shit.
He has probably the most hype around him since, I give or take, I guess it's LeBron, but I don't know how you make the comparison. I don't know how analysts make that comparison. It's crazy to make the comparison, honestly. But that's the type of hype train they're building up around him. What do you think he does this season? And what does the future hold for him possibly? Who wants to hop in here? Let's go, Jay.
Man, I think he's in the right place, right? He's in the right place in San Antonio. I think he's gonna be the next 3 or 4 years. I definitely think he's gonna be superstar kind of talent kind of level. I wish they would have played him a little bit more in summer league. But I think he's gonna be good. He's down there with Popovich. He's down there with Tim Duncan and all his other people. So I think he'll be good. I think he'll be fine. Hopefully, he doesn't have a major injury. Don't want to wish any of that on him, but I think he'll be good. He's in the right place. So sky's the limit for the young man. You know what I'm saying? I'm rooting for him. So
Wild card Mar.
Hey,
frail in the tail, as you say.
Frail in the tail. I mean, that's always gonna be the first thing I'm gonna think of with homeboy. I'm not saying he's not gonna have good moments or have good games. He will, because he does have a good skill set for a guy of his size. But his size limits his abilities because, hey man, this ain't France. There's some athletes that's either gonna put you on skates and you're gonna foul them while you're going down, or somebody gonna put you on a poster. Won't nobody doing that to you in France. In the NBA, they will. Enjoy. Hey man, it happens. Enjoy a very rocky rookie year. It's gonna be a lot of bumps and bruises and learning curves. It's gonna be a lot of welcome to the NBA moments for him. It's gonna be a young team from Pop too. So we'll see how that works too.
Mike T, hop in here.
Hey man, I'm not rooting against him. I'm not rooting really for him. I'm not rooting against him. Something that Wildcard Mark. You know what? I'm just gonna take a shot at Wildcard Mark. He's gonna be the next Jordan. He's gonna be. He's gonna have a pop culture. He's gonna have pop culture.
Wait, he gonna be the next DeAndre Jordan?
No. He's gonna be the next Michael Jordan. He's gonna have the pop culture influence as Michael Jordan.
This is just craziness here.
I can't stand Mike.
It's season review. We on the last episode, last minute.
I can't stand.
Gonna be, hey, no, he better be. Hey, the way he going, he keep talking shit. He gonna have the popping fluids of Contino Mobley if he keep it up. He better relax.
Pop culture, Britney Spears, right?
Oh no.
Oh, hey. Oh,
No.
She owe him an apology.
Straight up. Say it again, Jay.
She owe him an apology. She might be on sucker shit.
Shit, she might fuck around and be closing, shut the door on her ass.
Shut the door to herself.
Man, that's what happened. She shut the door on herself.
Oh man.
Come to the country first. He come to this country first thing he gotta deal with is
bullshit. Sucker shit.
Hey.
Crazy.
Well, it was a good season 3, fellas. We all gonna be back here next year for season 4.
Of course.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Hey, but I'm gonna say
ahead,
something
Jay.
you didn't say. Hey, we sweat in our contest, in our little contest we had.
Ooh,
Hey,
talk to him.
we sweat. Hey, locked down. Got 2 of them wins, 2 of them things,
Talk to him.
2
What
of them
contest?
things.
It's the
You
man.
know that contest, G. You know that contest, that 613 contest we had with the other podcast.
There was some money put in our pockets.
It was. Hey, I just heard the little check.
Yeah. Cut the
That's
check.
all.
Hey, if you don't know, we have other podcasts on our network. We got Facts. We got Fours Up, Quads Down, 4 Corners of Wrestling. We also got Cranked Out Gogo with our man Hollywood Mike T here on Friday nights as well. So make sure you check us out, 613 Faye Productions, YouTube, 613 Faye Instagram. Don't forget IOW Sports as well with Wildcard Mar. Might have to put up some talent on that, maybe, right?
Yeah. You already know.
We could do maybe season 4. We get into it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yo, hey, tell them where he can find you at Wildcard.
And you already know. KC Wildcard Mar on the Twitter, Wildcard Mar on Facebook and Instagram. Like my man G Money said, IW Sports Network, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, IW Sports 1 on Twitter. But hey, always 613 Faye Productions on the YouTube. You already know what it is.
Mike T, where do he find you?
Mike T304, Michael Turner on Facebook. Everybody loves Mike T on Instagram.
Jae Jones.
CBJ.
Hey man, Jae Jones on all 4 social media platforms. The Man Cave Sports Group on Facebook. Twitter Spaces, me Wildcard Mar, Saturday, Sundays at 11 p.m. Come through, holla at you. You dig?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, you can find me on Twitter at GMoneyCaveman. And yo, if Twitter goes down, you can find me on Threads at GIPEZY. GIPeasy, baby. Okay.
Oh, shit.
We gotta start something new. You never know, man. Elon must be lunching out there. You know.
Dude, he doing some other shit.
But yo, hey, if you listen to this episode, also fantasy football coming up. Check us out. Send an email 613faye@gmail.com. Tell us why you want to be in the league. Send us a video, notes, whatever you want to call it. We contemplate who we getting in the league. You get a belt for the league, but make sure you hit this like, subscribe. We want 500 subscribers before season 5, folks. Don't fake on us. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Subscribe. It don't cost you nothing. We out here. What we do, Jay?
Hey, we gonna shut the door on y'all asses and thank y'all for supporting. We love y'all and we out. Wait.